I have some questions about it. When we say swear, we are we saying like falar, palavrão, or are we saying just to offend someone, but not specifically saying bad words like in Portuguese we would call it palavrão?
Yeah, the first thing
I
that you
have this
mentioned.
question.
The first,
The
like
first
use the
thing,
F word and the other offensive words,
okay, okay. No, so I don't usually swear. No, I am also a more calm person. So I like what you said, that you keep your things to you and you prefer to stay in silence than to swear and things like that. But it's usually I don't usually swear too. I also try to stay calm and be patient and just let the things calm down. And you, Yasmin?
Yeah, I'm really calm, but swear is something that makes part of my routine. But yeah, I do this when I'm feeling really like angry with something, or when I just want to swear. But here in my house, one word that we can't say is disgrace. This word, like for my grandmother, she hated, and my mother too. So this is the only word that I can't say, but the others, it's okay.
What do you feel like?
And
Sorry to interrupt.
go
I
ahead.
was going to ask that. Have you feel like, oh, I shouldn't do this? Do you feel uncomfortable, or just it's natural for you?
No, it's natural.
Okay, my parents, they would stare me if I were swearing. They would look at me like, "Girl, what you doing?" So I know, I can imagine the reaction. So I avoid. That's something that I would feel weird if I started doing, because I've never done. So it's kind of really different for me. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's something that makes part of my parents' routine too. So sometimes they say, "Oh, don't tell this," but sometimes it's normal.
I get it. And how about you, Gustavo?
Yeah, sometimes I use some swear words. I remember that when I was a kid and younger, I use it more, but now I use it yet. But like when we are kids, like our mom always said that if you said a bad words, I'm gonna clean your mouth with soap, you know. But I think that there are some moments that it's relief to say bad words. Like you are walking in your home and you kick the your bed, your foot's little finger kick on the bed and said a bad word, say, "Oh, I'm a little better right now because I am relieved." But I think in our culture, we can say that we can express with some bad word as well. So it's a way of express that give you a little more tonation. I'm gonna say. I think that's it.
Yeah. Here in Bahia, it's like an adverb of intensity, like F something, It's like just goes out. You don't even notice. Really common. And how about question number 3, Felipe? I'm gonna give this one to you. In which environments do you think it is inappropriate to swear?
I think in a very formal environment, it's not that good to swear because, like for example, in a meeting in your job that you are in front of a client, it's not appropriate to swear. Or when you are delivering a presentation because you don't actually know the whole audience, so you it's better to not use uh, it's better to not use bad words, right? But if you are in an informal environment and you are with your friends and just hanging out, I don't see a problem. And and you, Yasmin?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think maybe when we are like with family too, it's not a good environment. But I think it depends too on the people that you work with and that you have relations with, because some people they accept this even if it's not an appropriate place. So I think it always depends on people.
Yeah, but I wouldn't feel comfortable if I were in a environment like work environment and my boss were using swear words all the time. Not like just to intensify, okay, but in an offensive way, because sometimes the language, the posture, you can notice if this person is just expressing something like intensifying something, or it means to be offensive, you know. So that's there is a difference in my perspective. Yeah, and I have to agree with you guys. The work environment, that's the first thing that I would avoid to say swear words, and also church, for example. I don't think you are going to fit there if you are using this type of language. And you have to respect every place that you are, because they have some rules and people expect some types of behavior. I'm not here to say it's right or wrong, but if you are going there, you probably know something about their behavior and what are the things they expect from you, right? So maybe you should avoid, not maybe, for sure you should avoid the language. Yes. And you, Gustavo, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you say really nice that I think we need to respect the environment. And if you don't know the environment, we just don't use these words, this kind of words. I'm gonna add like when you are sending an email, it's not good to say bad words, or when you are a recorder, say bad word because there's a proof that you said bad words. Uh, yeah, I think that you guys said the rest. I think that's it.
Thank you for sharing. And question number 4, do you think swearing can be beneficial in any way? Why or why not? Yasmin, I'm gonna give this one to you so I can think about my answer after yours.
Okay,
My choice.
maybe I think it's a way that we can relax sometimes, you know. We want to just say things even if you are alone. So I think could be beneficial maybe for your mental health. Sometimes you just want to say the things. And something that I do, I record audios on WhatsApp when I'm feeling really angry, like swearing, and this makes me feel better, you know. So I think could be.
Very good. You thought you took talking with yourself to another level, you know, just using technology to help and seem a little less crazy. But I like to talk to myself as well. Yeah, but I don't know why. I think I agree with you about the emotions, and it's not good to hold something for so long and being always the quiet person, you know. Because I know this because I'm the quiet person, and it's so annoying sometimes, you know. So maybe I should let it go a little bit, but like I said, it's not so natural to me. So I can't just drop the bomb and say. Sometimes maybe if I like Gustavo mentioned, if I kick the bed with my little finger, it can happen. But I don't know. Yeah. And how about you, Philippe?
I think it can be beneficial if you are in a group of friends and you want to intensify something or make some maybe a joke, and it becomes more, I think, more natural or more intense, intensified if you say a swear word, but it also can relax, I think. But just in specific moments, right? It's not appropriate, I think, for for the for all the environments, right? But in this specific case, I think it can be beneficial.
Yeah. And Gustavo?
Yeah, I agree with Felipe. I think that some environments or when you are alone or with some friends, I think that can take the stress out when you say some bad words. Uh, so if it's gonna be make you feel a little bit good and not hurt anyone, I think that's not a problem. Uh, and it's like Philip said as well that intensify some words, some phrase, or some stuff like that. Because in our normal way, when we are talking, not like in a company or some stuff like that, but talking with our friends, we're more relaxed and we talk like the way that we talk in the street, not like in the formal way. So because it's a little complicated to talk in the formal way, I think is a little stressful to always talk really right in every moment in your life that you are talking. So sometimes a bad word can relieve yourself. Yeah.
If you are always around people who are too serious, I think it's not so good for your. You don't feel so comfortable. It's always weird. You have to walk on eggshells when talking, choose your words, like you said. If you can be free, that's just perfect for your conversation. Everything flows in a better way. So I really like this type of people. You can just say it, not offend them, but just say something in a more informal way, like you said. Yeah.
I
So
think we just need to remember the office. There are some uncomfortable moments in that scene. You said, "Oh no, no, that's not nice."
yes,
The office. You serious?
is your voice a serious person or maybe a little more informal? How is it in your work? Like your boss, he swears a lot or he's more serious?
No, I was saying the office, the Siri. You
Oh,
know, the
yeah.
Siri, the office. There's
Uh-huh.
an uncomfortable moment that someone tell a joke or said a bad word and say, "It's not the moment."
Yeah, you need to know your audience, right? And know
Yeah.
when you can speak and how you can communicate without offending someone and being really respectful. Yes, I've heard about a lot about this TV show. Have you guys watched it? The Office. Yes, me, Felipe. No?
No, I've never watched it.
It seems to
Watch
be,
some episodes.
yeah, it seems to be really funny, right? Jokes, the environment itself.
Yeah, it's some uncomfortable. There are some jokes that it's like in the life. You said something and it's not appropriate. Everybody look at you and now what? What happened? There are some moments that's so uncomfortable that you feel uncomfortable with the characters,
I
but it's
I
nice.
I hate this feeling when I'm watching something and I feel uncomfortable right away, but I'm like, I also want to see what happens next, so I have to watch, but I'm also uncomfortable. Yeah, it's really fun this moment. So how about question number 5? Do you think swearing can be a coping mechanism, like a way to deal, to handle situations, emotions, and so on? Let's go with you, Gustavo. You're going first.
Mm, you think maybe a cop mechanism? Because if you are arguing with the other person probably is gonna say bad words for you, and you say bad words against her, so it can relieve a little bit. Or when you hurt yourself, uh, and you wanna mm, take out the stress, feel a little bit relief. So I think maybe, but in a argue, I'm not gonna say that that's not the best option to say bad words, because if you are say bad words, the other person said bad words, that's gonna go to other place that's not so good. So I think sometimes you need to just relax a little bit and go out or do other stuff because that's not the best option. I think so.
Yeah, I'm definitely with
And
you.
Yasmin.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing or choosing.
Yeah, I totally agree, like, as I said, but sometimes things could maybe become worse when you use these like in a way that you start to complain about things, you know. So I'm talking this because I needed to stop to complain about my life because the things was getting worse. And when I stopped to complain, the things like it's getting better now. So maybe it could be, but we need to take care of how we are using these and if we are offending someone too.
Yeah, because sometimes you're just letting these things getting into your head, like these negative thoughts and so on. So if you can only think about complaining and use swear words, like you can't express yourself in other ways, it kind of could be a sign for a bad situation mentally, or even you're feeling too stressed. I really think it is important to seek for help, like professional help, therapy, and so on, because sometimes the things we don't want to talk about it with family and our close ones, maybe other people with a professional vision, like they can see differently than us, so maybe that could be really helpful. And I think it is a way to handle the situations, for example, breakups or being fired. It is something that sometimes you just want to put it out from your system some way, and swearing can help. Not help, but can be a way for you to feel like at least I said what I wanted. Maybe not to the person, but with yourself in some way you're feeling relieved. And you, Felipe, what's your opinion?
I I think it can be a coping mechanism, but it's not the best, right? Especially if you are arguing with someone, because things can get worse, as you said, and you started to become more emotional than rational. So are things tend to go to the personal side instead of debating about the idea, right? And things can get out of control. So it's not a good coping mechanism, I think.
Yeah, very good. And I have to learn how to not take things into personal side, because sometimes I think it is about me, but it's not. And I think if you can handle and learn how to face, sometimes people don't like you, or sometimes it's not about you, just the situation that wasn't so good, and it's okay. You don't have to be so upset about it. And guys, we have some more questions to talk, but I'd like to skip question number 6 and go to number 7 because I think it's better. This one's better. So, what tip can you give to someone who wants to change this habit of swearing? If you think it is a bad habit, or even if you don't, but this person wants to change, and you have to give you some advice, for example. Yasmin, you seem like a wise person, so go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the right person to say this, but maybe to to take care with the place that you are using this kind of word. But I think if you don't use, you don't need to take care, right? So I don't know, maybe try to replace for other words. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not the best person to give this advice.
Maybe you can talk from experience. I don't know. Yeah. And you, Felipe?
I think that you need to you need to calm down right after the Swift song. You need to calm down and just to relax and try not to take things personally. And in the way like you are arguing with someone and you are swearing. But if you are with your friends, I think it's okay. Just have sure that you are not offending anyone and you are in appropriate environment, right? And just be careful about it.
Very, very cute. And about the self-knowledge, like if you know, maybe it's bothering you, you can search like why I'm doing this, why I'm saying these words. If I don't want you, you can maybe try to understand the reason, and work in some way that is effective. Because if you just try to avoid to stop immediately, that won't work. You have to take like baby steps. Of course, my opinion, you have to take baby steps. Like replacing the words can be some solution, like has been mentioned for kids, for example, because sometimes they listen the words they shouldn't. And as a parent, maybe you should uh, choose your words in a more in a better way in front of them, especially, and try to make them understand that's not the only way to handle emotions to say bad words. But like I said, this person wants to change, but if the person doesn't, that's okay, as long as respecting the people and the environments, of course. And Gustavo,
Yeah,
what's your
I
take
think you
on
guys
this?
said all the things. I think that if you are always, like Philip said, if you're always angry and say bad words, not to express yourself, but just to go out your emotion, just to argue with people, I think you need to, I don't know, try meditation, a sport or something to be less stressful. Um, and if you are using a lot bad words, not like to argue, but to express and stuff like that, I think you can change the word that you use, or at least try to use less this word. Because if you are using all the time the bad word, in one moment that's not the right moment to say, you're gonna say because it is a habit for you. So maybe you are in a meeting with your boss or something like that, and you go out from out because it's comfortable to you. Uh, I don't know, the kids they use normally the parents normally have this jar of bad words. If they say bad words, they put the money there and something like that. So maybe with the kids that can work. I don't know.
Yeah, great point you brought. It's like everything's together, right? So your mental health, your physical health, your concerns about everything around you. And I like the idea of the potty jar for the swear words, but I don't know if I had a kid I would use because maybe I won't need it. I didn't need it because I don't say these words. Sometimes I want it. I want you, but I don't. It's not the first thing that came to my mind. So question number 8, because this is, I think this one is my favorite, talking about gender and how society sees people who swear often or maybe not so often. Do you think, question number 8, do you think society see swearing differently depending on the gender, like men, women? What's your opinion, Felipe?
Yes, I do think that society see differently because uh, I saw some comments about like a stand-up person and that she's a female person and she speaks a lot of swear during their stand-up and there were a lot of uh, of comments telling that it's bad for a woman to say swear words and things like that. But if you go to stand-ups made by a male person, male people, they don't tell they don't say the same comment, right? So I think the society can they do see things differently depending on the gender.
Yeah, I think I know the comedian you're talking about because it is very common to see all the comments from males saying, "Oh, why are you using this language? Why are you talking about sex?" and so on. It's very obvious to me that two standards, that we have with men and women. But just my opinion. I don't wanna bias anyone, but I'm doing it already because when we share our opinion, we kind of open the way to other people to think similar or differently. But anyhow, Yasmin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think in the same way as Felipe. And we can see like when we are like children and you see like a boy swearing and people think, oh, it's so beautiful, like he is repeating the things that he is listening to. But if it's a girl, people say, oh, but you are so beautiful to talk this kind of word. So I think this is something that maybe it's cultural too. It's a prejudice that it comes like from the past. So yeah, I totally agree that the society see differently.
Yeah, have you heard these comments about yourself? Oh, you shouldn't say this. You shouldn't say that.
Yeah, every time.
How do you react? Do you say something or just ignore?
I try to make the person repeat, because the person don't want to repeat this. And they feel like, oh, okay, I said something bad.
Okay, you make them reflect a little bit about the meddling in your life. Very
Yeah.
wise. And you, Gustavo?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think that unfortunately that happened, not just with the swear words, but the swear words one of them. They say different when a man said a bad words and when a woman said that. They normal judge in different way. And I think you guys said really the right thing that oh, it's totally different. And the stand up we see a lot of this, but in common general and TV and kids, when said bad words, a woman, it's they are they don't like. I think when I say the society don't like, but everybody said bad words. It's a human thing. I think so. Not everybody. Sarah didn't say that, but but I think it's culture, like you guys said. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes I wish I said, but I just don't let them out, the words. But I was thinking about the Instagram page that I follow, where this woman she shares about the reverse word, like how about if the word were differently? And I think Yasmin might know her. She was always saying, "Oh, like she said the same thing. She says the same things we her as women, but to men, like if the word were totally the opposite that it was. Like for example, oh, a man shouldn't have a past with a lot of girlfriends because this shows that he's not so appropriate to marriage and so on. So when we listen, talking about another perspective, it sounds so ridiculous. And sometimes it don't seem so ridiculous when it's the normal way, to talking this way about women, about the language, about the way you see it, the profession you choose, even a lot of different comments people might give because they think girls should be like this and boys should be like that. And I think I totally agree with you about the cultural thing because it is part of our lives since a lot of time. So maybe it's not so easy to change this. Yeah. And our last question number 10. Yasmin mentioned something about this word disgrace that is forbidden in her house. And I think some parents have this vision that you should avoid because it could bring bad things, for your house, for your life. Do you think so? Do you guys believe that swearing could attract negative things upon our lives some way, like energy or something like this? Gustavo.
My mom tell that. There are some bad words. We are a Catholic family, so maybe because of that, there are some bad words that's not supposed to be telling. But I think it's depend. If you are always saying bad words for yourself, that can put you in the bad mood, because you always criticize yourself, you always say bad words, so that cannot feel good for you, for your mind, for your mindset. Um, then if you're gonna bring bad things for my life, it's not in that case. I don't know. I don't know if I'm Catholic, but I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. I'm gonna pass the ball for you, sir.
Yes, I was curious just to know if you believe about energy or something like this, because some people believe the law of attraction or things related to it. I don't know. I also don't know, but my mom also says to me, don't use these words, and maybe that's one of the reasons that I avoid. But I believe a little because some things I can't explain, so I just say it's the universe fault or the energy I can't explain, so I'm I'm gonna give it to the universe in some way. So I prefer to avoid because I don't like how I feel when I'm having these thoughts. So maybe it could bring something negative, but I'm not sure. That's what I would say. And how about you, Yasmin?
Yeah, I think in some situations, like I learned that if you are like saying bad things for someone about themselves, you are wishing the worst thing for them. So if you are swearing in a way that you are offending someone, maybe you could attract negative effects. But I think it depends on the word that you are saying, because I totally agree with what you said, Sarah, about the law of attraction. I think we attract the things that we are saying. So yeah, maybe yes, maybe not. I don't know.
And last but not least, Felipe, what's your point of view?
I don't know if we can attract, but I also prefer to avoid, right? Just in case. But I agree because it's not that good, right? To swear in a way to offend someone. I think you start to and you enter in a bad mood and it's not that good. So I kind of believe that we can attract a negative effect on upon upon us. So I think it's better to avoid.
Yeah, that's some that makes sense. But I also like to I for me it's funny sometimes how people use the words in such a natural way they don't even think about it. It's the first thing that comes to mind. And do you have any kids around? Like Gustavo, Yasmin, Felipe, do you have kids around you?
No.
No, as well.
Yeah, because I was thinking when we have kids, we must give example. So maybe that's another reason for you to stay quiet, even if you want to swear sometimes.
And sometimes we're given example, but we don't know it's a good example or a bad example.
Yeah, just hope for the best.
Yeah, we hope so. But listen, like Felipe was saying, I remember like it's look like a ghost thing. Oh, you maybe don't believe in a ghost, but if one say to you, oh, don't go to that room because there's some supernatural thing. I don't go. I won't go there because
Why
yeah,
would you go there, right?
yeah,
You
no.
can not go there. Why would you go there?
I not even wanted to go there.
That's how people die, actually. I'm gonna just check it for a while, and bam, died, dead.
No, no.
Yeah, I'm this kind of person. I don't believe it totally, but I don't disbelieve. So I just avoid whatever can brings me bad luck. Do you guys believe in
Not
luck?
not gonna risk myself, right?
Yeah, I can't afford to have bad luck. You know, it's far enough the message I didn't pass in the past, like Orkut and so on, that I'm still facing the bad luck from those years. So I prefer not to attract more bad luck to my life. Oh my gosh. Guys, I really like the conversation today. I'm gonna bring the others, okay? I'm gonna call the others. Do you guys want to add some comments? Or maybe just talk about a bad word, a swear word, just to relieve yourselves? I don't know. I'm kidding. Yasmin will give me if I say this. She will give me to Philip. She will talk bad about myself and I'm gonna get fired, so I won't say bad names here. Just to relax a little. So it's a pleasure to have you here with me. I hope you guys like that too. And
Yeah, I
about
love it, the
Christmas.
conversation, because it's not something that we talk every day, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was really, really nice. Really nice topic.
Yeah, really like it.
yeah,
And I learned a new word because I didn't know this expression. Swear.
yeah.
I
I was
didn't.
thinking about promises, but you also have other.
Yes, I know. Promise, right?
Mhm,
Mm.
So
yeah,
you swear not to swear use swear word?
yeah. It could be.
You
Yeah,
swear
that's
not to
a
swear.
fair
Yes.
sentence. English is crazy, right?
Yeah.
A lot of sentences that just they created, but it doesn't make sense. English at the finest. So, guys, welcome back from the breakout room. I'm really curious about the conversation, how it was for you, and I'm gonna start with you, Gabriel. Did you like your group, the conversation? How was it?
Yeah, this conversation is good. So some topics is a little difficult for us, but it is uh, but but it's okay. This conversation happened, and uh, this some topics it is interesting for conversation. You know.
I get it. It's true. You're right. And I have a question for you. Okay, do you think swearing, this habit of using this language, can be beneficial in some way? Question number 4. Okay, Gabriel, can you answer the question number 4?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The number four, it is I can say about that. It is yeah. Uh I say it's before because this swearing in general it is bad, but sometimes it is to be good for a situation more specific. In the bad situation when I can to feel in anger, I can to make it happen for I when I can swear and sometimes I can look for the situation good and I can make that in some situations.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to swear than say like offend someone or to have an extreme reaction like punch the wall or something, you know. Some people might get really aggressive, and if you just say words in a controlled way, of course, it could work. I Thanks for sharing your opinion. I agree with you. And how about you, Wanda? How was your conversation? Did you
Yeah,
like it?
really good conversation. I never thought about swearing. It's interesting to think about. Yeah, thank you for this topic. I could think about this and get some thoughts for another roommates.
Yeah, of course. It's a pleasure. And I have a question for you. We were just talking about the last question number 10. Do you believe that swearing can bring negative effects on our lives?
Yeah, if you're swearing for nothing, it's a bad habit and a kind of rudeness. It's not good. And for energy, like in a different context, I think no. I think only if you get with rudeness. If you kick your foot and you swear, no problem. But if you swear and swear, it's not good for your life. You get rude.
Yeah, very good. We gave the same example of kicking the bed because I think it is the worst feeling, one of the worst feelings to kick the bed with the little finger, little toe actually, and you are, oh my God, it's so terrible and a lot of pain. It's that moment if you swear, I totally understand because oh my gosh, I hate it. Thank you, Wanda. And Ayla, I want your opinion as well because I was missing you here with us. So I'm glad to have you here. And I have a question, okay? Do you think our society, question number 8, do you think our society sees differently the swearing with genders, like men, women?
Yeah, I agree. As I said in Baker Room, I think when in our society, when the men swear a lot, it's normal. It's normal. No, people said it's normal. It's common. There is no problem. But on the other hand, when the women swear, oh my gosh, it's she is not a good thing. I don't know. People said the woman, it's I don't know. I forgot the word, but in short, I think when men swear, usually people don't see the problem about this, but when the woman swear, it's not true. It's the women. It's as a rude person, for example. I forgot the word, but yeah, I think in short is this my opinion.
Yes, that's it. I agree with you. The guys mentioned something about the comedies, like ladies in comedy, I see it differently with the same jokes as men, and I thought really interesting this comment they brought to our room. And guys, let me just share with you here the survey, okay? I posted here on the chat. You can go there and give a rate, suggest a topic. I'm always welcoming if you do because it's hard to maintain the creativity sometimes. And the second link is to our website. Okay, I couldn't put us live, but I'm gonna record the conversation. The conversation is being recorded, so I'm gonna put on YouTube later, so you can watch if you want. And last but not least, because I like to use all my time here, Luis, the last question for you, okay? Do you have some tips you can give to maybe the person who wants to change this habit of swearing a lot?
No, I don't have a lot of tips if swearing happens in a situation that not rude situation, and if swearing happens not too much, I think there's not a big problem. If someone wants, uh, could try by yourself, but I don't have exactly a tip for this.
Yeah, we talked about it. Like, you have to know the audience and the place, if it is okay to swear or not. If it is okay, just for your friends, it's not like a big flaw that you have. Just know your places.
Yes, yes. We need to know the context that the swearing can happen and avoid to do this uh, alongside a child, for example, or even family member. But if this happen in a not rude situation, I think that is not a big problem.
Exactly. That's the right point. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Luis. And thank you all of you for coming today. Okay, don't forget to answer the survey. I'm gonna see you guys back on next Monday. But this week I have a news for you. We have business English Thursdays at 5 p.m. So if you are available, please join. We're gonna talk about briefing. If you don't know what it is, you can search or find out in our immersion, okay? Friday or Thursday, 5 p.m. I'm still getting used to the hours. Okay. Thank you so much and see you next time. Gabriel?
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
See you
Bye
all.
See
bye.
you guys.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Next
guys.
time.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Have a good night.